I got caught up in my thoughts there and didn't pay attention to the continuity there, so I was a little cut off. So again, Jim Crow era, which is Jim Crow sounds benign, and oftentimes it has been presented as a benign sort of romantic sort of notion when uh, the races were getting together in this post Reconstruction era. But she doesn't pull any punches. She says, Jim Crow era is a misnomer. This was basically an apartheid state uh, that was operating in America uh, from the late 19th century until the 1960s and the Civil Rights Movement. That this apartheid state, a Nazi type state, um, was not only in the South, was largely in the South, but was also operative in the North as well. Okay, and so she calls it for what it is, right? It's not Jim Crow, it's not benign paternalism, it's a type of racial terrorism or racial apartheid, which was enacted during this time, and then goes over the myth of World War II, how World War II is seen as this sort of uh, the beginning of the overcoming of this traditional sort of Jim Crow world and stuff like that. And she says, as an ideal, maybe, but not in reality. Uh, and then finally gets to the civil rights movement in the 1960s, the gains that were achieved there, and also the things that were not achieved, the gaps that were still there, and then resolves with American cultural history, uh, the idea, legacy of American music, of African American music, blues, jazz, and hip hop. Okay, and then finishes it off there. Okay, um, and then Matthew Desmond piece. Again, you don't have to read this. Make sure you read Nicole Hannah-Jones, but he's going to go into the idea of capitalism, right? American capitalism, and the basic premise is that uh, slavery precedes capitalism, right? That usually the Marxian view is that there's capitalism and then there's various forms of slavery, wage slavery, chattel slavery, right? But the thesis presented here is that no, American slavery is the progenitor of American capitalism. So all the business practices we have now, right, are infused with those of the slavery world.